With the new year already underway, I thought this would be a great time to try out some new VR games just because, well, why not? And one VR game I have always wanted to try was the blocky dungeon crawler Ancient Dungeon VR, and over the Christmas time, I bought it. Now there is a free beta version you can install if you want to try it out for free, but I decided to go all in and try the paid version. The difference being that the paid version has a lot more content and more dungeons to explore. And my experience has been fantastic. Every time I have entered the dungeon so far, there has always been some sort of a new surprise. Whether that was a new room to explore, new enemies to defeat, or a new jump scare to remind me that I'm not as brave as I think I am.
I don't know how a couple of pixels can so... Oh my god!
This game has it all. The variance in enemies, items, and secrets that this game offers makes every experience as unique as the last. And this all culminates into this big room at the end of each level where you fight the dungeon bosses. Something I didn't notice until the 5th or 6th playthrough was that there was more than one boss per level, as I got a king slime rather than the club wielding zombie on one of the playthroughs I had. And well, as I'm writing this, I am still yet to complete all of the stages, mainly down to my own stupid moves when I'm playing, but one thing I can say for certain is that you are meant to fail. Every failure makes you more aware of what each enemy is capable of and helps you learn from your mistakes. Well, that's what I'm going with anyway. Safe to say that I've made quite a few mistakes while playing through this, some that have even made me question my own ability with VR games in general.
Oh my god, you piece of shit!
But still, I have managed to turn them into learning experiences. Whether that experience comes from a zombie dashing me, a slime shooting at me, or from a plant catching me off guard, I have adapted to all of these, making each playthrough easier than the last. There are also different ways to play through each of the different dungeons, whether that be with different upgrades while you're in the dungeon or with the alternate weapon, the crossbow and the dagger. It all just adds to the uniqueness of each playthrough. Now my first few playthroughs were not that good because I didn't even know throwing the knife was even an option, making all of my attacks close range and leaving me open to explosive attacks. I know, I'm an idiot. It took me until I watched another review video to find out this as well, so I'd already played the game about 5 or 6 times at this point. But now, I have finally figured out how to use the knife, so it has all worked out in the end. Also, something that came into the game recently is the ability to play multiplayer, but unfortunately nobody else I know really has the time to play VR consistently as of now, so that wasn't really an option for me. However, if that is what you're into, then there you go. But in all honesty, this is one of those games where you don't really need to play with people to have fun. It's more of a give or take situation where there isn't much of a gain by having somebody else, and there isn't much of a loss not having an extra player. So, to come to a conclusion, I love this game so much. This has been possibly one of my top 3 VR experiences of all time because of the sheer amount of content and overall unique gameplay this has. The best and only way I seem to be able to describe this game is that it's like exploring a Minecraft cave for the first time ever when you were 10 years old, but just without a pickaxe and with a sword. This game has somehow captured that fear factor of the first few stages, with it becoming less and less scary the more you play it. So that was my summary of Ancient Dungeon VR. I did not want to spoil too much of the game, but I hope that I was thorough enough to show off what a great game this was to play. I'm going to be live streaming this game eventually, so keep an eye out for that. Speaking of live streaming, I'm 2 followers away from being able to stream on TikTok, so if you want, you can follow me down below. So that is it for this video. If you have enjoyed this video, then it would be great if you left me a like. If you want to see more videos from me, then I'd really appreciate it if you were to subscribe. There should also be some videos on screen now if you want to watch those. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.